Hi guys, sorry about that. I received a text message from the government warning about the virus, and it automatically turned off my video, so I apologize for the interruption. Anyway, I was saying my mother is a big fan of Sherlock. So, students, sleuth is very simply a detective. In Korean, I know this word. Tamjang. Yes, Tamjang? That's it. Find it on the test, students. Sleuth. What is a sleuth? A detective. Moving on. Oh, I like this next word. It's a verb. Everyone please repeat after me. Emulate. Again. Emulate. Emulate. Good. I will say the definition, but just in my own mind, emulate means to copy someone whom you admire. It has a positive connotation. Emulation, emulating, emulated. To copy someone whom you admire. To be like someone whom you admire. All right, so on your notes, guys, I wrote match, so be like, match or even surpass a person or achievement, typically by imitation. In the synonym, students, let's see, where am I? You might want to underline this. Model yourself on. In other words, model yourself on someone. I'm trying to think. When you emulate someone, you imitate them, especially with the idea of matching their success. For example, maybe if you are an entrepreneur, you might want to emulate Steve Jobs. His ingenuity, his great success, not just in terms of his wealth, but just to make a mark on civilization. I'm trying to think of another example. So students, you may not know this. I am a teacher. So is my father. My father taught art history for many, many years, and he's retired now. But I've always admired my father, and more than anything, I wish to emulate him, not just in terms of his teaching methodology, but I want to be a gentleman like my father. I want to emulate my father. It doesn't have to be a teacher, or it could be someone you know, it could be a friend, a senior, maybe even your professor. Just kidding. Okay, in Korean, oh boy, this is going to be hard. Mobanghara? Mobanghara? Please check your notes and see if I'm right there. Mobanghara. What does emulate mean? To copy or be like someone whom you admire. I consider it to be quite a compliment. So it has a positive connotation. Okay, moving on. This next one I think all of you know. It's an adjective. Together. Alien. Yes, but I'm not talking about the man on Mars. Again, not alien on a spaceship. This just means foreign or strange. Perhaps unusual. Trying to think of an example. Alien. What's a good example of alien? Well, this is the only thing that's coming to my mind, but some men are violent. Some men are abusive to their spouse. This kind of behavior is alien to me. I will never understand it. I'll never accept it. It's just foreign. Furthermore, another example, I'm trying to think. Many years ago, I went to India, and I experienced culture shock. And you could say some of their customs, some of the things I saw on the street, behavior was alien to me. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean it's wrong, but as a Westerner, it was certainly foreign, unusual, and or strange. In Korean, let's see here. Ijiljakin, maybe Ichiljakin, maybe that's correct. I wish we were together so you could correct me on my pronunciation. Anyway, students, foreign or strange, forget about the spaceman. Next. Ah, yes, I love this one. Let's see here. Right back. Good. Students, this next one is an adjective. It's ambidextrous. Say it with me, please. Ambidextrous. Again, ambidextrous. Good. Very simply, guys, it means to use both hands equally well. Every once in a while, teachers will come across a child, a student, who can use both hands for writing. Tell me, are you ambidextrous? No? Neither am I. I'm right-handed. Have you ever tried to write with your left hand, or if you're left-handed, write with your right hand? It's really difficult. Anyway. Students, whenever I hear the word ambidextrous, oh my God. Okay, just making sure I was still recording. I thought it had stopped again. Whenever I hear the word ambidextrous, I do think about writing, but I want you to keep your mind open and consider other possibilities. For example, a musical instrument. Yes, so for example, a violin. Some people can use the bow in either hand, or it could even be sport. Some baseball players are ambidextrous, and they can swing from either side of the plate. Can you think of any other examples of someone being ambidextrous? No? Well, again, typically I do associate it with writing, but it can relate to other things. Ambidextrous, being able to use both hands equally well. Find it on the test, okay? In Korean, oh boy, hard. 영순 접이 의? 영순 접이 의? I hope my pronunciation's okay. You can see the definition and the translation on your notes, so okay, that's that. Moving right along, students. What do we have here? This next one, it's a good one. Pretty easy, I think. You may or may not be familiar with it. Indeed, that's true for all of these words. Some of these words students will already be familiar with, and some might be new. It'll be a mix of some words that you already know and hopefully some new ones. This next one is a verb. Together, please. Expound. Good. One more time. expound. Again, expound. Expound. Expound very simply means to explain in detail, to offer further clarification. I didn't write that on your notes, but let's see here. I'm trying to think of an example. Expound. Maybe your physics teacher is introducing some law in physics, a brief introduction, and then in the next class he will expound upon that theory. In other words, he will add additional information. Expound means to explain something in detail. Expound, expounding, expounded. To clarify, to give further information. In Korean, oh boy, hard. 자세히, 설명하라. Boy, my pronunciation is terrible. I'm embarrassed. Anyway, check me on the notes, guys. 자세히 설명하라. Okay. Expound. To explain in detail. All right. The next one, I'm sure you know this one, guys. It's a noun. Together. Inception. Good. Students, have you seen the Hollywood movie directed by Christopher Nolan? It stars Leonardo DiCaprio. Inception? I'm sure many of you have. If you haven't, this is your homework. So you know the word inception, but what does it mean? Inception. Let's check. In my own brain, guys, inception just means the beginning of something. On your notes, I have a more detailed definition. The beginning, start, earliest stage of some process. So, for example, stage 1, stage 2, stage 3, stage 4, and so on and so forth. And I also wrote institution. I'll say it once more. The beginning, start, earliest stage of some process or institution. So let's see here. Example. Scott Haven has worked at Huf's since its inception. What does that mean? Scott has worked at the university since its inception. It just means, very simply, Scott has worked at the university since it was founded, since it was established. That's not true, by the way. I'm not that old, but grammatically it's correct. Scott has worked at the university since its inception. She has worked at the law firm since its inception. What does that mean? She has worked at the firm since its inception. Yes, she's worked at the firm since the beginning. Now, going back to the movie Inception, why this title? Why did they name it Inception? What does inception mean? The start, the beginning, the earliest stage of some process, institution. But why this title? I'm confused. Do you know? Students, in this case, Inception, if you remember the plot of this film, they plant an idea in someone's mind while they're asleep. So in this case, guys, Inception, they are referring to the beginning of an idea. You learned something today. That's good. In Korean, Geishi. I wrote it on your paper. Oh, by the way, guys, I forgot to mention. Sometimes in your notes, I will have something in bold, which I think is the best definition to the word. Sometimes I don't. Anyway, regardless of which translation I write, make sure you study them all, not just the one I write in bold. Concentrate on those, but don't overlook another part of the translation. Okay, a few more and then we're finished. This next one is easy. Everyone knows this one. It's a noun. Metropolis. Yeah, you guys know this one. Once more. Metropolis. A metropolis, as you guys already know, is just a large, culturally significant city. Can you think of any examples of metropolis? Do you guys recognize this city? It's Hong Kong. Have you ever been to Hong Kong? Some of you I know have. This photo is a picture taken from the top of Victoria's Peak. I went there many years ago, but it was in the daytime and before all the political unrest. Can you think of any other examples of a metropolis? I heard some of you say New York. Yes, that's true. What about this one? Where is that? Shanghai. Have you ever been to Shanghai? I really like the buildings in Pudong. They always look very futuristic to me. Juyo Doshi? Students, everyone knows metropolis. I would like to introduce a word. It's not on your notes and not on the test, just for fun, and that is megalopolis. One more time. Megalopolis. Megalopolis. Do you have any idea what a megalopolis is? You know what a metropolis is. What is a megalopolis? Again, students, this is not on the test. So a megalopolis is where several large cities grow together over time. Some people say, for example, in the United States, New York, Washington, D.C., Boston, these are all different cities on the East Coast. But over time, they've grown together and become a megalopolis. Another good example of a megalopolis might be Tokyo City, which is, I guess, 13 cities that have grown together over time. Even Korea, Incheon, Suwon, Seoul, these are all different cities, but they've grown together, and now, the population is something like 20 million people. I think that's a megalopolis. Anyway, again, megalopolis is not on the test, but just so you know, megalopolis, several large cities that have grown together. All right, let's see here. This next one is an adjective. Together, please. Voracious. 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 It means having a big appetite, being able to eat a lot, having a huge appetite. In Korean, gai gal sare maknan. Gai gal sare maknan. Okay, voracious. Something that has a big appetite, something that can eat a lot. Can you think of any examples? I can think of one. A caterpillar. A caterpillar has a voracious appetite. They can eat all the leaves on a plant, the stems. That's all they do is eat, 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 and then they make a cocoon and turn into a butterfly. But caterpillars have a voracious appetite. Last one, super easy. Everyone knows this. Together. Venomous, which you know, it means poisonous. In Korean, doki itnan? Doki itnan? Students, I have some pictures of some venomous animals. Can you think of any venomous animals? What's the name of the snake with like the hood and what's that called? A cobra. A cobra is a venomous animal, a venomous snake. Have you ever seen a cobra? Earlier I mentioned that my time in India and the things I saw and the culture was alien to me. Students, I saw a cobra when I was in India, no joke. Students, if you see any of these animals, run. You run your ass off. Venomous, poisonous. These animals are very dangerous. Highly venomous, deadly. Now there's a reflection. Can you guys see that? That's annoying. It's the fangs, I guess a tarantula. You guys see that? Do you have any venomous animals in Korea? One of the things I love about your country is it's so safe. Low crime, no poisonous animals. Couple more. Venomous. Oh yeah, I forgot. I don't know if this is venomous or not. Take a look at this. You guys see that? This frog is toxic if you touch it. But I think venomous, that word, I don't want to give you misinformation, but I think venomous, it has to bite you, like a snake or a spider. So I'm not sure if it's correct to say the frog is venomous. Certainly, you don't want to touch it. Its skin is toxic. But anyway, we'll come back to this. And the last one. All right, guys. What I want to do now, I just want to wrap up. Let's review. 잠시만요. Okay. You ready? I will show you the picture. You tell me the vocabulary word. Midterms. Harbinger. A sign or signal, something that announces the approach of something else. Students, I want you to know that word. Harbinger. A sign or signal, something that announces the approach of something else. Truncate. To shorten something. truncate, to shorten. So easy. Sherlock Holmes. He's a detective. What's another word for detective? Sleuth. Sleuth. Good. Yes? Inception. Inception means, just in my own mind, guys, the beginning of something. Ambidextrous. 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 Using both hands equally well. Having a huge appetite. Being able to eat a lot of food. Or just really hungry. Voracious. Voracious. A caterpillar has a voracious appetite. And a large, culturally significant city? That one's easy. Metropolis. What do you call it when cities, large cities, grow together? Megalopolis. Megalopolis. Good. Again, that's not on the test, but just so you know. And the last one. Poisonous. What's the word? Right. Venomous. Okay, guys. Let's stop here. I will see you in the next video. Goodbye.